Well, hi again, everyone. This is Tim from Cleveland Baseball Fan 879, and this is game number 11 of the Roberto Clemente Race to 3000 replay using strat Super Advanced. My bad. If I would happen to say advanced at some point, it's Super Advanced. So today, the Atlanta Braves head to Pittsburgh to play the Pirates. And the pitching matchup, is Luke Walker for the Pirates and Tom Kelly for the Braves. And this is a day game in Pittsburgh. And we'll go ahead and do this. So this is day game. 1 to 8 is good. 9 to 14 is average. And 15 to 20 is bad. That's a 3. We have good weather today in Pittsburgh for day game. So ballpark singles will be 1 to 13. Ballpark home runs will be 1 to 7 for lefty and 1 to 3 for righty. All right, so Walker will face this lineup for the Atlanta Braves. Leading off and playing second base is Felix Millan. In right field, batting second is Ralph Garr. Batting third at first base is Henry Aaron. Cleaning up and playing left field is Rico Carty. Batting fifth and playing third base is Earl Williams. Batting sixth and playing center field is Dusty Baker. Batting seventh and catching is Paul Casanova. Batting eighth and playing shortstop is Marty Perez. And batting ninth and pitching is Tom Kelly. In the defense behind Luke Walker is Manny Sanguillen behind the plate. Bob Robertson at first. You have Dave Cash at second base. Richie Hebner at third base. Jackie Hernandez at shortstop. Left to right, Willie Stargell in left field. Al Oliver in center field. And Roberto Clemente in right field. All right, and leading off is Felix Millan. And a 6-7 struck him out. And here's Ralph Garr. 5 and a 7 against the lefty. That's a base hit in the right field. Walker is a -3. Sanguillen is a -2, so -5. And then -7, so we'd be 1 to 10 if we will hold him on. Cards are kind of sticking together a little bit. Okay, so that brings up Hank Aaron. Havoc roll for Walker. Nothing on the 10. And against a lefty, fly ball to center field. And tracking that one down is Al Oliver, 2 away. And now we're actually going to try to get to second base, try to get a lead for Garr. 5 or a 6, he'll get the lead. And then he would need a 1 to 10 if he got the lead. And that's a 5, so Garr gets the lead. 1 to 10, he will steal second. And just on the dot, he steals it. So they will hold Garr on at second. Havoc roll. Nothing on the 3. Here's Rico Carty, former Cleveland Indian. And a 3 and a 3 against the lefty that's just a bit high, ball 4. So first and second with 2 outs, and that brings up Earl Williams, the third baseman. Nothing on the 20. Here's Earl Williams. 6 and a 7 against a righty. Struck him out, and that will retire the side. So 2 strikeouts for Walker here in the first. And we go to the bottom half. Braves, nothing. Pirates coming to bat. And the batting order for the Pirates: Cash, Oliver, Clemente, Stargell, Hebner, Sanguian, Robertson, Hernandez, and Walker. All right, and here is Dave Cash. 2 and a 5. And against a righty, fly ball to left field. And there is Rico Carty, 1 away. Here's Al Oliver. 5 and an 8. And against the lefty, that's just a bit high, ball 4. Ooh, Kelly is on +6. The catcher, Casanova's a 0, so +5, +3. They're going to hold everybody on now. We'll try to get a lead with Oliver. He gets a lead on a 6. He is picked off on a 9. And Oliver is picked off. So 1-3 on the putout, 2 down. And here's Roberto Clemente. If you don't want to know what his stats needed for the rest of the season, please skip ahead a few games. He needs 96 hits and 374 plate appearances. So, as he's on a 10-game hitting streak. 4 and a 9 righty. How about a 10-game hitting streak? Or 11-game hitting streak, sorry. That's a base hit to right field. And they will hold Clemente. They will not hold Clemente on. And nothing on the 9. Here's Willie Stargell. 1-1. No, 5 and a 2. Against the lefty, 1-16 single chance. And Willie Stargell with a base hit. Stopping at second is Clemente. And here's Richie Hebner. Havoc roll for Kelly. Nothing on the 12. Here's Hebner. 5 and an 11 against the lefty. Ballpark single chance, 1-13. And that loads the bases for Manny Sanguian with 2 down here in the bottom of the first. Here's Sanguian. Sanguian will gain a couple hits in the clutch. And that's a 1. So 1-16. And the Pirates will have a lead. And they will. So Kelly throws one to the backstop. And the Pirates have a 1-0 lead. Do the Havoc roll again. Nothing on the 16. Here's Sanguian. 3 and a 7. Ground ball to short, and that will retire the side. But the Pirates do get their first run. And lead 1-0. And due up for the Braves, Baker, Casanova, and Perez. Here's the pitch to Dusty Baker. 3 and a 6 against the lefty. That's down the third base line and into the corner and into second with a leadoff double is Dusty Baker. Not the column you want to live in for a lefty for Dusty Baker. They will hold him on. And a 1-4 is a wild pitch. And that's a wild pitch for Walker. Have a roll again. Nothing on the 18. Here's Casanova, runner on third, nobody out. They will play back. Oops, and we'll do that one more time. 5 and an 8 righty. Second base chance. Yeah, second baseman is Cash. He's a 2. 2 and a 3. That might be good enough with not holding it. 2 and a 3. Yes, it will. Not holding anybody on and not playing the infield in. Cash is an E8 and an 11. There is no 11, but that ground ball to second. Let me make sure that will score the runner from third. Well, G3 scores anybody from third. I got runner advance. So, yeah. All right, so the Braves tied it with a double wild pitch and a ground out. So Casanova had 10 RBIs for the season. This was one of them. All right, here's Marty Perez. 5 and a 9. That's to the shortstop. Oh boy, this is not where you want it hit. And here's Jackie Hernandez, 4 range. And that's not going to get the job done on a 4. Oh boy, 64 and a 17. No error on the 17, wow. But a 4 and a 4, that will get through for a single. So Marty Perez singles here. I'll bring up Tom Kelly. They are not expecting a bunt, so Kelly will actually, he'll be up there to bunt, so he'll be a C bunter. Nothing on the 10. Here's the pitch to Kelly. He squares around. Oh, this is probably a speed check. 4 means it's bunted to the first baseman. C and a 4. Yep. They'd have played they were expecting a bunt. This would be a normal sacrifice, but this is a speed check. Kelly runs at a 10, so 1 to 10, and Kelly beats this out. And he does. So Kelly lays down a perfect bunt. And here's Felix Mian, first and second, 1 down. Havoc roll for Walker. Nothing on the 15. 5 and a 6 against a righty. And that's a pitcher's best friend, your tailor-made double play by Giovanni's Tailor Shop in Lemoyne, Pennsylvania. Might as well get on the train here. The official tailor shop of YouTube tabletop gamers everywhere. Unofficial, that is, of course. And that's a 6-4-3 double play. And that retires the side, but the Braves do tie the game at 1. And Kelly will face the bottom third of the order, Robertson, Hernandez, and maybe Walker. We'll see. We'll probably give him another, probably second time through the order, or maybe not even. We'll see. Actually, they may cut Walker here and go with a bullpen game here. Bruce Keeson and Ramon Hernandez are loosening in the bullpen. All right. So here's Bob Robertson. Let's see, we'll do that one more time. And against the righty, that's a fly ball to right, and that will retire Robertson. And we'll see what happens here. And here's Jackie Hernandez. 6 and a 5. Shortstop chance. And Perez is a 4. And he'll get to that each 31 for Perez. 31 and a 13. No 13, so good play by Marty Perez. And that retires him. And they'll let Walker hit. 2 outs, nobody on. Six and a 6. Walker bats left-handed. Fly ball to left field. 1, 2, 3 inning for the Pirates here in the bottom of the second, and we are tied at 1. And Walker will face Gar, Aaron, and Carty here in the top of the third. Gar, I believe, would later play for the White Sox. Four and a 3 against the lefty. Ballpark single chance, 1 to 13. And Gar is 2 for 2. And he will be held on. Bruce Keeson is loosening in the bullpen. And here's Henry Aaron. Nothing on the 12. Six and an 8 righty, and this may be it for Walker. 1 to 3, triple. The rest is a single. And that's a single. Advancing to third is Gar. And I think that may be it for Walker. They will bring on Bruce Keeson. So first and third, Pirates will bring the infield in for with Carty, who walked his last time up. Nothing on the 9. Here's the pitch to Carty. Three and a 6 against a righty. It's into left field for a base hit. Scoring from third is Gar. Aaron will, let's see, not being held on, makes him a 14. That's going to left field, so that's Stargell. They'll put the brakes on there. So RBI single, and the Braves now have a 2-1 lead. And here's Earl Williams. Havoc roll for Keeson. Nothing on the 11. 4 and a 10. Struck him out. 1 out here in the top of the third. And here is Dusty Baker. Dusty doubled and scored his last time up. Nothing on the 4. Geez. I may just end up. Okay. 6 and an 8 against a righty. Second base chance. We were not holding any runners on. So, right-hander. Second baseman is, if they, okay. So we're not holding anybody on, so we don't have to up the rating by 1. All right, so second base chance for cash. 2 and a 13. That will be a G1. 12. No 12. So once again, I won't say it's tailor-made on the next chance. So 4-6-3 double play. And that retires the side. But the Braves take a 2-1 lead. All right. All right, and do up for the Pirates, top of the order, Cash, Oliver, and Clemente. And here's Dave Cash. And against the righty, 1-13 single chance for ballpark single. And Dave Cash leads off with a single. And he will definitely be looking to run. Essentially, we're going to say it's a +3. So 2-6 or a 12, he gets the lead. He's picked off on an 8. And there's your 2-6. Oh, but that's a 1. So 1-7, he gets picked off. And he's back on a 6. Wow. So they will hold him on. He is unable to get a jump. Here's Al Oliver. Nothing on the 19. And here's Oliver, walked his last time up. 6 and a 9 against the lefty. Triple to 1, single the rest. And there's a single, back-to-back singles. Moving to third is Cash. And the Braves will play the infield in with nobody out for Roberto Clemente. Singled his last time up. Nothing on the 4. Here's Clemente. Three and an 8 against a righty. Fly ball to left field. And this is not guaranteed sac fly. Cash starts at a 16, gets +2. Let's see, that is to left field. Gar is a left field. Carty is a +2. Let's see, that'd be 1-19. They will just throw into second. They will let the run score. And the Braves have tied it up. Or sorry, the Pirates have tied it up. My bad. Oops, sorry. And here's Willie Stargell, runner on first, 1 down. And havoc roll for Stargell. Nothing on the 6. 3 and a 6, and that's just a bit outside ball 4. And here's Richie Hebner, not holding any runners on. And we'll say that was an 8 or a 20. Either way, nothing on the havoc roll. Hebner singled his last time up. 5 and 11. Ballpark single, 1-13. No, on the 15. So it's a fly ball to center field. 2 away. Here's Manny Sanguillen. Nothing on the 12. 4 and a 6 against a righty. That's, I guess, low. Ball 4. Bases loaded. 2 down for Bob Robertson. Havoc roll. Nothing on the 9. Here's Robertson. 3 and an 8. Line drive hit solidly, but right to the shortstop, Perez, and that will retire the side. The Pirates tie it up, and through 3, it's the Pirates 2 and the Braves 2. Keeson will face Casanova, Perez, and Kelly here in the top of the 4th. Keeson's likely going to bat when his next time's up. I'm not going to camp him in an inning. I need him to go multiple innings. All right, here's Casanova. Grounded out. RBI ground out his last time up. 3 and a 7 against a righty, fly ball to center field. That will retire Casanova. Here's Marty Perez. 2 and a 4, struck him out. And here is Tom Kelly, pitcher hitting card number 1. 6 and a 7. Righty, 1 to 7 single chance. And Tom Kelly has himself a single. He is 2 for 2 on the day. And they will not hold him on. Here's Felix Mian. Nothing on the 12. All right, here's Mian. And that's a 1 to 3 double chance. And that's an 8. So fly ball to center field, caught by Oliver, and that retires the side. To the bottom of the 4th we go. It is the Braves 2 and the Pirates 2. And Kelly will face Hernandez, Keeson, and Cash. He's gone 2 innings. Now we gotta stretch him out. Hold on a second. All right, here's Jackie Hernandez. Hernandez is 0 for 1, grounded out. Struck him out. Hernandez gets caught looking. And here is Bruce Keeson using pitcher hitting card number 3. And oops, no runners on. 1 away. And here's Keeson. And Keeson bats right-handed, and that's a fly ball to left field. 2 away. Here's Dave Cash. 1 for 2, singled and scored his last time up. 2 and a 3 against a righty. Ground ball to first, and taking it to the bag himself is Henry Aaron, and that retires the side. Through 4, 2-2 is your score. And Keeson will face Gar, Aaron, and Carty here in the top of the 5th. And here's Gar. And that's a base hit into center field. So leadoff single for Ralph Gar. He is 3 for 3. They cannot keep him off the base pass. And they will hold him on. They're not going to risk 1 to 10. Here's Henry Aaron. Nothing on the 18. Aaron is 1 for 2 with a single. And that's a ground ball to short. Wow. The third double play for the Pirates tonight. 2 down. Actually, no, nobody out. So 2 down. So Aaron hits to the double play. And here's Rico Carty. Six and a 7. 1 to 7 single chance. Not on the 18. So ground ball to third. And Hebner retires the side. We go to the bottom of the 5th. Two to 2. And Kelly will face Oliver, Clemente, and Stargell. All right, here's a pitch to Al Oliver. Single and a walk in 2 appearances. And, ooh, just missed one. Fly ball to center field. And Baker makes the catch, 1 down. Here's Roberto Clemente. 1 for 1, single and a sac fly in 2 appearances. And how about 2 for 3? 1 to 8 double chance. And that's a 1, so that's a 1-out double for Clemente. Here's Willie Stargell not holding on Clemente. 1 for 1 with a single and a walk. Nothing on the 20. And that ball is high. Racing back is the center fielder, Baker, and you can kiss this one goodbye. The Jeff Gooderman clean as you know what special. And Kelly may be looking to be relieved here. Let's see here. We got lefty, righty. Maybe let him pitch to. So we're going to have Jim Nash and Mike McQueen loosening in the bullpen. As the Pirates now take a 4-2 lead on the absolute moonshot by Stargell. And Hebner 1 for 2 himself. Two and a 6. That's a 1 to 11 double chance. And I'm getting the demos 1 rolls. All right, so 1-out double, and that will be it for Tom Kelly. They'll bring in the righty Jim Nash. All right, so runner on second, 1 out. Nash finishes his warm-up tosses. Sanguillen 0 for 1 with a walk. Nothing on the 5, excuse me. Here's Sanguillen. 6 and a 5. Oh boy, this is trouble. 1 to 7 home run chance. That's a 17, but that will 1-hop the wall. Scoring from second is Hebner. Three runs in the inning, and the Pirates have a 5-2 lead. Here's Robertson. Nothing on the 12. Two and a 6. Struck him out. 2 down, and that'll bring up Jackie Hernandez. Nothing on the 12. 5 and an 8. 1-16 single chance. But that's a 20, so line drive to the third baseman. And that retires the side. But the Pirates get 3 here in the 5th. And lead 5-2. And this may be it for Keeson. He's due to lead off the bottom of the 6th. He's pitched 3 fine innings he can pitch for. So this is actually his point of weakness inning. He will face Williams, Baker, and Casanova here in the top of the 6th. And struck him out. The hat trick for Williams, and not the good kind. Here's Dusty Baker, 1 away here in the top of the 6th. And struck him out. Keeson saying, "Leave me in, coach." No. And here is Casanova. Five and a 3 pitcher chance. Keeson is a 3. Oh boy, 3 and a 4. That's not good. No, he's going to pounce off the mound. Off balance throw. E10. E10, right? Yeah, 10 and a 12. Off balance throw, and got him. Nice play by Keeson. Gets off the mound and retires the Braves 1-2-3 here in the 6th. Nash will stay out for this inning. And this will likely be his last inning because he is due up second in the batting order. All right, pinch hitter for the Pirates. They will go to Ramon Hernandez. Actually, no, they'll go to Bob Miller. Pitch the 7th. Rennie Stennett will hit for Bruce Keeson. All right, and here is Stennett. Five and a 6. Double to 9. That's an 8. Pinch hit double for Rennie Stennett. And they will not hold him on. Here's Dave Cash. Nothing on the 6. 5 and a 5 against a righty. Shortstop chance. Not holding any runners on, so he keeps his range at a 4. Oh boy, 4 and a 5. He'll knock it down. 31 and a 12. There is no 12. He knocks it down. Will keep Stennett at third. And the Braves will play the infield in. First and third for Al Oliver. Havoc roll for Nash. And that's automatic. On the 1, he is a 20 wild pitch. All right, so runner on second. Now 6-2, Pirates with the lead. Nothing on the 15. And against the righty, that's a ground ball to second. And that will retire Oliver. Moving to third is Cash. And once again, the Braves will play the infield in. And here's Clemente. Nothing on the 11. One and a 9. Ballpark home run chance, 1-3, and Clemente hits it out. 7, that's a no, but a failed ballpark home run chance is a fly ball B, so that will score. That's left field. That will score Cash from second. And that is a now 8-2 lead. So now there are 2 outs and bases empty. For Willie Stargell, who homered his last time up. Two and a 9 struck him out. That will retire the side. But the Pirates add on 2 more and lead 8-2. All right, and coming in will be Bob Miller. Keeson, 4 innings in relief, did a yeoman's work for this game. Seventh inning. Yeah. Okay. Perez will hit, and then Orlando Cepeda will come on deck to hit for Nash. Perez is 1 for 2 on the day, facing Bob Miller, the new pitcher, finishing up his warm-up tosses. Here on the top of the 7th, here is Perez. And 1-15 single chance. And leadoff single for Marty Perez. So 2 for 3 for Perez. And here comes Orlando Cepeda. Pinch hit for Cepeda hit 298 in very limited duties. Must have been hurt in 72. All right. So here's Cepeda to hit for Nash. Nothing on the 4. Here's Cepeda. 4 and an 11 against a righty. Ballpark single chance, 1-13. And that Cepeda has himself a single. So first 2 reach. And here's Felix Mian, not holding either runner on. Nothing on the 16. And that's a ground ball to second. They'll get Cepeda at second. Turn throw is not in time. Going to third is Perez. So runners on the corners with one out. And here's Ralph Garr. Not been able to get Garr out today. 3 for 3 with 3 singles. Nothing on the 15. Here's Ralph Garr. And they'll get him out this time. Fly ball to left field. Now. Oh boy, this is tough. Perez starts at a 12. Gets 2 for 14. But Stargell is a -4. They will put the brakes on. 2 down. Here's Hank Aaron. Nothing on the 7. 4 and a 5. Fly ball to center field, and that will retire the side. Stretch time here in Pittsburgh. 8-2. Pirates, take me out to the ball game. Take me out with the crowd. Buy me some peanuts and Cracker Jack. I don't care if I never get back, for it's root for your favorite team. They don't win, it's a shame. For it's 1, 2, 3 strikes, you're out at the old ball game. All right, righty this inning. So we will go with Mike McQueen, the left. Do we want to go righty? Oh, I think we'll go with Steve Barber. Barber will face Hebner, Sanguillen, and Robertson here in the bottom of the 7th. And that ball is driven deep to right field. Going back is Garr. And you can do it. Put your back into it, Richie Hebner. That ball is high, far, and gone. One to 11 home run chance. That's a 3, and Barber comes into the game and gets greeted rudely by Hebner. Now 9-2. Here's Manny Sanguillen. And that's a pop-up first base side. And Aaron makes the play, makes the catch, 1 away. Here's Bob Robertson. And that's popped up. Second baseman, Mian, makes the catch, 2 down. And here's Jackie Hernandez. Four and a 7 against a righty. 1-4 single chance. No. So that's line drive to the third baseman. And that will retire the side. They get 1 on the home run by Hebner. 8-2 is your score. And Miller will let him pitch this inning, and then he'll pinch hit for him. So he can pitch in the 9th. Get somebody pitch in the 9th. Maybe we'll get Bob Veal. I don't know. All right. Carty, Williams, and Baker here in the 8th inning. And pitcher chance for, oh boy, he is a 4. 4 and a 16 would be okay. It's the E26 you got to worry about. Oh, a bunch of potholes to avoid there. 12, I do not think is one of those potholes. And it is. So Miller bobbles and can't get the handle on it. And Carty reaches on the air. Here's Earl Williams. Nothing on the 3. 6 and a 10. Ballpark single chance, 1 to 13. Not on the 18. So fly ball to center field. At least Williams is happy to make contact and not get the golden sombrero. 1 away. Here's Dusty Baker. Doubled and struck out and ground into a double play. Nothing on the 14. 1 and a 7 against a righty. Fly ball to center field, and Oliver makes the play, 2 down. And here's Paul Casanova. Nothing on the 9. And it's a ground ball to second base, and Cash retires Casanova. And we go to the bottom of the 8th. 8-2. Pirates lead. And we'll get another pinch. Barber will stay in the game. They'll let him try to get out of this. We get a pinch hitter for Miller. I think we'll go with Vic Davalillo, lefty-lefty matchup. Actually, no. Let's see who faced lefties more. Actually, we'll go with Jose Pagan, not Davalillo. All right, Pagan, Cash, and Oliver do up here in the on the bottom of the 8th. And here's the pitch to Pagan. 2 and a 5. And that's down the third base line, and into second base goes Pagan with a double. Here's Dave Cash. And Balker pass ball chance. And balk, but no balk. Three and a 10 against the lefty. 1 to 5 triple. Rest is a double. That's a 10, so that's driven into the gap, and scoring from third or second is Pagan. Now 9-2. And here's Al Oliver. Nothing on the 8s. 4 and a 7. That's just a bit outside ball 4. And they may be getting Mike McQueen or somebody else listening. Here's Clemente. Clemente has 2 official at-bats, singled and doubled, and 2 sacrifice flies. Havoc roll. Nothing on the 9. 3 and a 3 against the lefty. Tapper to first. But everybody moves up as that's Aaron over to Barber covering. 1 away, but everybody moves up 90 feet. One away. They'll play the infield back. Here's Stargell. Singled and homered in 3 official plate appearances. He's also walked. Nothing on the 10. Here's Stargell. And popped him up. He is not tired. Second baseman Mian calls for it, makes the catch 2 away, and here is Richie Hebner. Homered his last time up. And that's a 2. So once again, Walker pass ball chance. And no balk on a 1. Five and a 6 against the lefty. Fly ball center field, and tracking that is Baker. He makes the catch, and that retires the side. And we go to the top of the 9th. Oh, let's see here. So we got a righty, pinch hitter, and a righty. So we will go to the left-hander Hernandez. So Miller pitches 2 innings. And let's see who's coming on deck for... we'll have Oscar Brown come on deck. So Marty Perez has gone 2 for 3 today. Here, look at Hernandez in the scorebook. All right, here's Marty Perez. Well, that's not the good column to get stuck in. That's a base hit to right field. So Perez, 3 for 4. Not holding him on. And Oscar Brown will step up the pinch hit for Barber. All right, havoc roll for Brown. Nothing on the 10. 1 and a 6. Ooh, double to 1, single the rest. That's a single, so runners on the corners with nobody out. As the Atlanta pinch hitters today have gone 2 for 2. Here's Felix Mian. Runners on the corners with nobody out. Nothing on the 20. Here's Mian. 3 and a 5. That's a ground ball to second. And everybody moves up 90 feet. But they get an out. So RBI for Mian. 9-3 is your score now. More importantly, the Pirates are got an out. All right, Ralph Garr, 3 for 4 with 3 singles. Nothing on the 10. Oops. Four and a 6 against the lefty. Base hit to left field. Brown runs at a 14. Not being held, makes a 15, but the -4 from Stargell, he'll hold there. And brings up Hank Aaron, 1 for 4 with a single. Not holding any runners on. Nothing on the 10. 1 and a 7. Fly ball to center field. All right, this time we'll play here. Let's see, that's a center field B question mark. Oliver 0 arm. Brown 14, add 2 makes him a 16. They'll throw through. 1 to 16, and he is safe. And hold on a second, time out. I'm going to look at the rule for fly ball B for like if runners advance. I was just going to say they're going to hold the trail runner. So RBI for Hank Aaron. And 9-4. There are 2 outs. And Rico Carty, last chance for the Braves, yes. Nothing on the 8. And fly ball to right field, and Clemente is a 1, so we're just going to play the air chance. He is an E1. Oh boy. E1 and a 17, that might not be. And Clemente boots it. So runners on second and third. 17 is the only error that can be made for 3 and a 17. So, wow. Okay, so Carty second and third. The Braves are not going down quietly, down 9-4. And Dave Justy is loosening in the bullpen just in case. Here's Earl Williams. Nothing on the 6. 5 and a 3. Pitcher chance, and as long as this is in range, I don't need to roll for the... So 3. And that's a 10. That's in range. There's no hashtags for the pitcher. He's an E0, so he makes the play, and that's the ball game. Braves put up 2, but too little, too late, as the Pirates win this one 9-4. Be right back with your line scores. All right, final line score: 9 runs, 14 hits, 2 errors for the Pirates. 4 runs, 14 hits, no errors for the Braves. Keeson is your winning pitcher. Yeah. And then Clemente on the day got 2 hits. So 94 hits in 369 plate appearances remain. All right, everybody, thank you for watching. Please leave a like. It helps the video to be seen. Please leave a comment if you'd like. Yeah, if you have not already subscribed, please hit the subscribe button, hit the bell icon to be notified of any new videos. And whatever game you're playing, please enjoy it to your fullest. Have a good night, everybody.